Hello and welcome to Neverwinter Nights 2, and this will be part 90. In the previous part we were asked to go and speak to Lord Nasha in order to be knighted apparently, but of course, as is the case in these kind of games, the proverbial poop hit the fan and splattered all over the place, so we have to go and rescue Nasha, and we ended up even entering underneath Neverneath thing. This only opens in whatever, some heroes things. But we are almost done with this area, so we have to go through it and reach Lord Nasha. So let's do just that. The 9 will protect my resting place from any who approach, but one of the 9 is missing. Take his place to join my side. That is a puzzle. Not a particularly difficult one, but it is a puzzle. So, a long sword, the rod of never. Cool. The 9 are assembled, and one duty remains for me. Bequeath this, the rod of never, to the new Lord of Castle Never. Deliver to him, and he may use it to protect Neverwinter from its savage enemies. Oh. But of course we have a few chests here. Aha! We are still greedy. Focus on me. We have an unidentified longsword, which I don't like. Don't like things being unidentified. I'm fairly sure I got a handful of potions of lore, but we have people to do with that. If nothing else, we have shopkeepers. Chest locked. Locked, and locked. We've just sworn our fuel season Neverwinter, but that doesn't mean we can't plunder the place senselessly. So, good thing that it reads 3 of them. Cool. And armor. Lovely. Ah. Skull. Might be useful. Should know would be trapped. Close bar. Cheapskates. Put some decent stuff in your treasure chest. I think we may need to use that third charge. Don't know. Potions, of course, lose their value completely once you are capable of casting quite powerful heal spells. So it opened it anyway. Cool. Well, we have now plundered this place. Being the loyal servants of Neverwinter that we are. Can we move on, please? Guyan will be interested in hearing about this place. Cool. Let's just rebuff, you know, just I mean, we saw he was fighting, so let's do a bit of everything, shall we? Death Sword as well. And spell resistance, why not? While playing this game, I've been trying to strike a balance between buffing enough to make combat easier, but not boring people by over-buffing. And when I decided to run this game, I was sort of considering the fact that in order to keep the game flowing, that I should be careful about what class I played, and this has definitely turned into be a buff but not an unenjoyable one, I have to admit. So I hope you will tolerate I hope you are tolerating the constant buffing thing going on.
This Shadow Reaver may seem a difficult foe, but hold your ground, and reinforcements shall be here soon.
The final barrier. Oh, this is Shadow Reaver. Hi. Oh, he disappeared. God.
Assassins. They sent assassins here. So this is how this enemy fights, with shadows instead of cold steel.
Are you
I
alright?
am unharmed, though I should see to the men stationed on the walls and in the keep. This King of Shadows, his forces are powerful. Is that the Rod of Never you carry? Let me see it. I had heard the rod rested below, but none have been able to enter Lord Halloweth's tomb. It seems the ancient alarms of the keep open the way. With this rod, I should be able to open some of Castle Never's oldest secrets. It seems some good has come from this surprise attack. I think this enemy fears to face us on the field of battle. He fears to face Neverwinter and all its knights, and that now includes you. You have earned this through your deeds, the title of Knight in Service to Neverwinter.
Thank you, my lord.
Don't thank me yet. I haven't given you your orders.
My lord, there are certain rites for inducting knights that must be...
Naval, I knighted you at Redfellow's Watch in the mud with orcs surrounding us. Ceremonies can wait. Now bow and be knighted.
A knight of Neverwinter is entitled to land, a keep, and forces, my lord.
And she shall have them. But you, Knight Captain, and your efforts here, you have served Neverwinter beyond the call of duty, risking your life not once, but several times without hesitation. If there is anything that I think will be the light against this shadow that comes against us, it is you and the fortress I have granted you. I offer you an honor. To become one of the Neverwinter Nine, the protectors of Neverwinter, the surrounding lands, and most importantly, its people.
This is it doesn't serve any it doesn't have any greater purpose if you do not intend to go with the prestige class, but there is a prestige class called the Neverwinter 9. Accepting the position amongst the 9 opens up that prestige class. So this is how late in the game you actually get access to that prestige class. I'm going to accept it. I have no intention of going Neverwinter 9, but I mean, what was it called? Melia was killed, so there was of course a spot amongst the 9. I'm grateful and I accept Lord Nashar.
Very well. For your efforts at Crossroad Keep, and your battles against these minions of Shadow, I convey upon you the mantle of one of the Neverwinter 9.
And a much-deserved title it is, Knight Captain. We welcome you into our ranks.
But on to the matters at hand. You have done more to halt this beast's advance than any of my knights. When he strikes, you are there to counter it, but that is no longer enough. I am tired of waiting for this enemy to strike. I want you to find this King of Shadows. I want this beast to answer for the blood of every guardsman slain here tonight. If he crosses Neverwinter again, I want it to be the last time. To the servants of Neverwinter here before me, all fighting men of Neverwinter must take to the field to face this foe. You have seen one of its servants, and as terrible as it may seem, it can be beaten, and so can our enemy. You must spread the word. Help your neighbors to evacuate their homes as we fortify the walls of Neverwinter. We cannot allow our people to be placed in jeopardy. We alone must face this threat. Go now, and do what you can to prepare for the coming battle.
And so a strategy must be formed. These Reavers, whatever these things of shadow are, there is no way the Grey Cloaks can fight them. If our enemies cannot be killed...
They are pawns only. Powerful, yes, but not the true threat. The base that the enemy is striking from. If we cannot reach it, then we cannot take the battle to him. He can send his soldiers out without fear of counterattack, and there is nothing we can do but fall back.
Even if these ruins could be reached, we still need more men. Between the plague and the war with Luskan...
Then we will gather more men, but not just men. This enemy threatens not just us. We must make allies, and we must do so quickly. There is much to be done, I think. But I have faith in your efforts. It is said that the captain of Crossroad Keep is the lord of the manor in all but name. Now I've named it for you, but it will not be enough. I am in need of answers, information, and as many soldiers as you can gather. I need to know how these Shadow Reavers can be killed, and how I can reach their master.
And we need allies wherever they can be found, from all the races, all the peoples. This is not our war, it is theirs, whether they know it or not.
How can I find out how to defeat the Shadow Reavers?
We asked the enemy. We still have some of the Arcane Brotherhood in our dungeons. Let them provide us with answers. See to it.
Where can allies be found?
There are old alliances that Neverwinter had years ago, in the days before I took the crown. I need you to reforge these alliances. Without more troops, this battle is already lost. A clan of dwarves, the Iron Fist clan, is said to have returned to their clanhold in Old Owl Well after the pass was liberated by Neverwinter. Perhaps they would be grateful enough to aid us in the coming battle. But we cannot count on them being able to join the effort. And even so, there is still the matter of the King of Shadows.
What about the Lizard Men?
The lizard men of the Mare? What of them?
Will they fight for us?
The men of the Mare has always existed in an uneasy truce with them. The common enemy, it is possible.
I do not think any lizard man would be quick to come to the aid of Neverwinter, even if we could speak with them.
Yet, if they would join us, they know the terrain, perhaps even know about more of the movements of the King of Shadows through the Mere. If you think you can contact them and persuade them to help us, then may the gods smile upon you. Such allies might give us the edge we need.
There must be some way to reach the King of Shadows' stronghold.
My lord, I believe Aldenon is already searching for a means by which we can reach the King of Shadows' stronghold.
Half the task will be him finding it, and the second task will be trying to understand him when he explains it.
That was cute. Lord Nashor doing a funny, haha. I like it. It's true. It's true what he says though. So anyway, I shall see to it at once. All by my lonesome. 10 minutes, I'll be ready.
Then I shall leave you both to these preparations. I must attend to the troops in the war effort. You are to attend to the King of Shadows. Of all our knights, no one has a greater chance of finding his weakness than you. I shall gather our forces, but you must show me where we must march. Return to Crossroad Keep and begin preparations. Naval will go to assist you, and he will remain there as long as needed. Now, go!
So we are back in our little keep thing. So let's see what happens.
We heard about what happened at Castle Never, the attack. It's good to see you're all right.
To attack Castle Never? The King of Shadows? Garius? Oh, they're getting bold, they are.
So, did you get any gold along with the knighting ceremony? I mean, not that you'd carry it with you, since I already checked your pockets and your bags.
What efforts are being made in the war? Will Nashor commit his forces? And what of Waterdeep and the Lord's Alliance?
Know that word of all of this has traveled before the Kalakcha. Our duty is to carry the battle to the King of Shadows, his servants, and gather others who feel the same.
Nashor wants me to find a way to kill the Shadow Reavers.
No, that will not be easy. Every time they are struck down, they reform. The only losses in battle with them will be ours.
There must be a way. Evil always has a weakness. We just have to find it.
Well, that's the trick, isn't it? The thing is, how long do you look and where?
Pardon me, but sometimes these things come to you. I mean, we can't be the only ones the Reavers have threatened or hurt. We already have crossed paths with a bunch of allies and people and sorcerers and sages we never even knew before. And we did much of that through serendipity. So have a little faith. Maybe an answer will come to us.
Know that this may be the best we can hope for. We should search, but the problem of the Reavers may be one that only time can aid us with.
We have to find some way to penetrate the claimed lands and strike directly at the King of Shadows.
The claimed lands kill all life that enter it. We wouldn't be able to reach the King of Shadows in time. The movement through the mare is never swift, even in the best of times.
If there's a path at all, we'd still need to know where we were going. And even then, we'd probably die getting there.
I don't think there's an easy path. As much as I hate to say it, I think we should ask Aldenon for advice on this.
Nasha asked me to build the Crossroad Keep's forces by forming alliances.
Alliances are made to be broken. If agreed to at all, good luck trying to get anyone to join our side in these times.
Clan Iron Fist will help. They may take some convincing, but they wouldn't back down from a fight if they thought it was just.
The lizard folk should not be ignored. They once made their homes in the mare, and the King of Shadows has driven them out.
The lizards?
Their history with settlements along the mare is bloody, but they are fiercely territorial and are likely to hate the King of Shadows even more.
And we could look at last for the Wendersnaven.
Oh, gods.
No, they're not gods. They're the Wendersnaven. They exist, even if you can't see them with the eye, or touch them. They see all, know all, and have incredible powers. If they are on our side, we have a good chance of winning.
Oh, really? And how do we find something you can't see or touch and most likely exists in your head?
There's 2 sages at Portlast that are said to know something of the Wendersnaven. We could ask them.
Then it seems we have a number of roads open to us, and an army to build.
Well, that was interesting. Cool. We have a Bebel standing there. I heard you were the Knight Captain of the Keep, but it was hard to believe. Nice to see you. So I decided to edit this bit out because it was not super relevant. We basically had to encourage Bevel in order to make him a better sergeant, because we're going to use him as a sergeant. So we have a ruined tower. We can speak to Sir Nevar. Robert, Captain Nash has assigned me to support your efforts here in Crossroad Keep. Spoken with Riedel, he informed me that he has the resources now to rebuild the ruined tower in the courtyard. It's your choice, of course, but I would recommend building a guard tower for the Nine to use as a base of operations. I'll go your efforts. I'm still preparing your forces, or our forces. I will return. Cool. So, we have options available because, of course, we also have a ruined church. That can likely also be rebuilt. So let's go and rebuild some stuff. Spend some money. Oh, we're looking for money actually. Oh, we got plenty. Construction is complete. I want to rebuild something. Ah yes, I have some good news. Since National has made you official owner of this keep, you now command the resources of all the quarries in this region. We now have access to material needed to rebuild those 2 eyesores in the courtyard, the tower and the old church. Before I leap in and rebuild them, though, you'll need to determine what you'll want to put them, what use you'll want to put them to. Perhaps you can question people around the keep about what's needed. The town, the old church. There's a guard town, the old church lies in ruin. I wasted. So you tell me you have ideas for them. Things for me to build. Sorry, I didn't notice that dash. Who would be interested in the church? Funny you should ask, I've gotten a couple of requests while you were away. The first request was from Ema the Blessed, a holy priest of Tyr, who says he'll set up a mission here if we restore the old church to its former glory. He even offered to help pay for rebuilding the church. Having Ema here could be particularly beneficial for you since you are so spiritual. That was a hint, by the way. The other offer comes from a monk named Roland. He says he's the master of the sun's soul or some such. He's looking to pass on what he knows before he dies. Before rebuilding the church is converting into a monastery, I'm beyond rebuilding the church. Okay. I wish to rebuild the old church for Eva. Yes, that is easily done. Rebuilding is easy, too, even. Let's rebuild it. This will be one of my finest works, just you see. So much to do, so much to do. The hint given about rebuilding the church is actually quite an important one. We will be given a quest by rebuilding the church. A quest that is not available otherwise. Yeah. Wait please, Captain. I've been waiting to extend you an invitation from Luskin. We have pressing business, which does not include invitations from Luskin this time. I'll thank you to step aside. Very good. Yes, fine. I'll just wait then. What was Sun pulling us away from that Luskin guy? Have to increase his wages. Well met. I say there's sure a number of visitors dropping by of late. Alden, I heard you found something, no doubt something I'd want to hear, since it will no doubt put my life in jeopardy soon enough. Well, yes, I do have news. You see, I've made some progress on finding a way to reach the claimed lands and enter the Vale of Merlin. One of the 3 zones is solved. Well, really bad words, difficult. Tell me about your breakthrough. Well, you see, you won't turn into zombies once you enter the Vale of Merlin, which I think is quite a good omen. Omens aren't good by definition, Algernon. Oh, of course they are, especially with a little milk and duskwood jam. Okay. But you see, the life-dealing effect of the King of Shadows isn't strongest in the center as I expected. It seems to be strongest at the edges of his territory where it spreads outwards. So while you couldn't walk in there, if you could hop over the wall, so to speak, then that would give you your best chance of strangling at the King of Shadows. Why would that be? I'm not sure, only that it is true. The King of Shadows' hunger is less at the Vale and stronger near the border of the claimed lands. Maybe because he's already drained the life from the Vale outwards, more life around the edges, so maybe that's where the effect is concentrated, kind of like the delicious icing on a foul dark cake. So you mentioned that was the first challenge. Getting there, you see, is the problem. To do that, you need to create a portal, and then tell that portal where to create its other end. Can't just have it appear anywhere, you know. It has to appear in the Vale. And how would we do both of those things? Why do you need to create a portal that's large? And what do you need to create a portal that's large enough? Well, when Garyus invited me to his keep, kidnapped. Well, yes, when Garyus invited me, one of the tomes he had me translate was a fascinating work called the Tome of Ilkazar. Garyus has the tome? Yes, he was using it to transport legions of blade golems to and from the Vale of Merlin. There's no reason we couldn't use the tome to create the same portal and use it to hop into Merlin as if we were golems. Except that Garyus, or one of his Shadow Weavers, has the tome, and it's probably using it to control the golems. Yes, but that's a minor inconvenience, one of many which I'm sure you'll be able to overcome. I've heard enough, let's go. And on that note, I will have to end this part here. When we come back, we will attend to our keep businesses, get the remaining buildings built up, and work on solving the tasks we've been given. On that note, thanks for watching, take care, see you then, bye bye.